In the next few months, Senate and House primaries will continue to take place across the country leading up to November's midterm elections. Democrats are looking to take back the House and Senate in order to combat President Trump's agenda, while Republicans look to hold their majority in both chambers. Over the summer, all of us here at Talking Points will be following the campaigns closely. Here to preview what to expect in the midterms are Talking Points political analysts Gilat, Melamed, and Dan Prager. Both of you, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Now, let's start with the Senate seats. There's more Democratic seats up for grabs than the Republicans, but where exactly can the Senate Democrats make some gains?
Right. Well, one of the ones that I'm looking at as a must-win is in Nevada. This is the only state where there's a Republican senator up for re-election that Hillary Clinton actually won. So Dean Heller's seat is up, and you have the Congresswoman there, Jackie Rosen, running against him. And another thing, interesting about the state, the other senator from the state is a Democrat. So obviously, it's a state that has a current Democratic senator, so I think that's one that if the Democrats want to win the Senate, they have to flip.
There are two Republican-controlled states where the Democrats can pick up. That's Nevada and Arizona. But I mean, even if they break even on this and don't lose any seats, that's a huge win for Democrats. If you take a look at the map, it is an incredibly just harsh year for Democrats. You have Missouri, Montana, North Dakota, West Virginia, Indiana, all of these states that are hardcore Republican, that Trump won, and that they could easily lose a bunch of ground. And luckily enough, it seems like there is this blue wave kind of coming in that will kind of give them an advantage. But honestly, even if they don't win any seats, if they don't lose any seats, that's a win.
And when you talk about those Republican states that have deep roots towards conservatism, are there any seats that the Republicans could pick up to kind of strengthen that?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a bunch, and you don't know exactly where they are right now. I mean, Republicans are fighting in Tennessee. They're really fighting in West Virginia. I think that's the one where they're really looking to pick up because West Virginia was the most red state in the last election. I would say those two are probably the ones they really want.
Right, and going off of West Virginia, I mean, the GOP primary there is very interesting. You have Blankenship, a very flawed candidate, formerly in jail, one of the oil barons there. So I think that if he wins the nomination, I think that the seat is going to stay with the Democrats. I don't think he's going to win the general election, similar to what we saw with the flawed candidate Roy Moore down in Alabama. But I think that if one of the other GOP candidates wins that primary, Manchin seat is the most vulnerable Democratic seat for the Senate.
And Dan, what about the House? Any big seats to watch for? Can the Democrats flip it quickly?
Absolutely. First, quick correction. Tennessee is obviously Republican-controlled right now. My bad on that. But there are a lot of seats going on right now in the House. Every seat, of course, up for grabs in 2018. We have our own CitrusTV analysis of these House seats. Right now, there are about 27 Republican-controlled seats that are from toss-up to likely Democrat. All of those could technically swing blue. If it is truly a blue wave year, Democrats need to win pretty much all of them. They're going to lose one with the Pennsylvania redistricting. And out of those 27, they need to win at least 25 of them to get past that majority.
Right, and in 25 seats, it's an interesting number because there are 25 GOP seats up in Clinton territory. One of them is right here, in the 24th district where John Katz goes up for re-election. But there's a lot of competitive seats in New York State, 5 actually, across the entire state. And what's interesting about it is that 3 of those districts, they voted for, Trump in 2016, but they voted for Obama twice. So those are 3 New York districts that could definitely easily flip and go to the Democrats.
Gilat and Dan, thanks so much for joining us. We'll have to leave it there.